G'day guys, Robert from Outback Equipment. Continuing on with our tinny build series, as you can see we've got the trailer in front of us, continuing on from our previous video of fitting the trailer lights, skids and rollers. As you can see in front of me, we've got axle, tyres, leaf springs, mudguards, completely overhauling the trailer. This is going to be a quick video before and after, so stay tuned. Alright guys, giving you the rundown of what we're replacing today is our 13-inch 155 light truck tyre. We've chosen a galvanised and multi-fit rim. Reason being, whether you have this as a main tyre or a spare, you can quickly swap these out regardless of it being a Holden or a Ford stud hub. We're also replacing hubs too guys, so we've got brand new 6-inch hubs, obviously with our axle there too. These ones come with bearings as well. You do have to obviously grease pack these and then put them in yourself. So we're also replacing our mudguard, keeping within the theme of obviously our build series has kind of been that black sort of dark charcoal grey. We're going to replace these with our black 13-inch mudguards. These are sold separately with our mud flat, so they're available on our website too. Nice and simple, quick, easy job. There's only 4 bolts in total, so 2 either side of where your footrest is. So these are a quick, easy place and install. Moving on to our leaf springs guys. Reason why we're replacing our leaf springs and our axle over time, and we're not too sure when it actually happened, the trailer has actually twisted in damaging sort of some of the leaves and where it's actually sat on the actual trailer itself. So we are going to replace our leaf springs as well. These are pretty much a like for like, so it's still 3-leaf galvanized. They're basically a swap in, swap out sort of thing. So nice and simple. Alright guys, so here we have our axle, this being galvanized. It's a 40mm round tubular solid steel. Again, like for like, this one's going to replace the old existing one. The actual existing one here is actually bent, so as I mentioned before, same with the leaf springs. At some stage the axle's twisted and it's done a bit of damage, so we're actually replacing this as well. This comes with your castle nuts and your washer. So our last little bits and pieces around the suspension, we're going ahead and replace our fish plates. Since we're replacing obviously new leaf springs and axles, we've got our fish plates there too, as well as our U-bolts. The other one I did mention before too, well, with our hubs, we're going to use our bearing buddy. Stainless steel bearing buddy is a great way obviously to keep packing and keep fresh grease in the hub. Yeah, that's pretty much it guys. We'll go ahead and whack all this in now. Watch to the end of the video. Last stage of our trailer build. We've installed pretty much everything else on the trailer with our axle, leaf springs and mudguards. Onto the hub with our bearings. They don't come pre-packed, so with our inox, I'll show you a little trick to manually pack these if you don't have a packer at home. The idea, in your opposite hand, just grabbing a whole dollop of grease with the top side of your bearing. We're just pushing it in your palm of your hand, and that'll slowly work through the actual bearing rollers to the top. As you can see guys, that grease is just starting to come through the rollers to the top side, and that's what we're looking for. Our grease too guys, we've chosen inox. Now this is actually a high resistant water grease too, so great for a marine application or any purpose bearings really. We've used this many times on installs and things like that. It's a great product. So we've got our back bearing in there now, just with our marine seal. We just want to go ahead and tap that one in. We've got our hub on there with our bearings, we've got our castle nut, and doing these up, you want them firm but not super tight. Again, just coming back around to where that hole is for your split pin, and then just slightly backing it off. Just reason for that, over tightening your bearings and causing that extra additional friction. With our bearing buddies, no different to a normal standard dust cap. These go on exactly the same way as they would. Just lining that up, and with a rubber mallet preferably. Alright guys, that's another wrap to the video. Pretty straightforward video again. Wasn't too overly complicated. Probably the most time consuming was the axle, making sure it was square to the trailer. The hubs, the bearings, tyres obviously were pretty straightforward, nice and simple. The build itself probably took us about just shy of 4 hours to do. So it is kind of a day job, unfortunately. End result looks fantastic. So again, everything's available at outbackequipment.com.au. This is quite a new product range to our store. So if you've got any questions regarding the build today, make sure you leave them down in the comments down below. If you've liked the video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. We're coming to the end of our build series with our giveaway coming and announced very soon. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Again, guys, catch you in the next one.